Computer. Guys, I want you to warm your hands to this lovely guest, Avalon from Orange County. She's come here to talk about what's been going on my TikTok page, and she has some disagreements, which I love having these conversations. I've been having conversations with people who agree with a bunch of things that I say. It's time that we bring on a nice, lovely guest to have a healthy conversation about dating and relationships. So, Avalon, give maybe if you want a little background about yourself before we get started.
Hi, my name is Avalon. I've been on TikTok for years and years and years, but my new account got big around May, June.
Okay.
And I went from 0 followers on this new account to I now have 200 and something thousand.
And what's your niche for
Um,
people who want to tune in?
I have a few things.
Okay.
I am the TikTok big sister. I give advice about relationships, sex,
Okay.
things that I wish I was told as a kid. And then also I did like a Disney princess rating
Ah,
from
nice.
like worst to best. And then
Okay.
I also like sing and perform.
That's awesome. So it's an array of a bunch of things.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really awesome. Okay, let's get into it. So, um, just a little background for and people already know who what kind of content I make, but just you never know. This may be someone's first time. Oh, your fans, I mean, your first, from they come see this. So,
Yeah.
I have been making dating satire videos for a while. I went viral as hell back in January of 2019, where I was stating that women have different availabilities for different men based off the day of the week. And you're gonna say something, Avalon?
Yes, I remember you told me about that the first time we met because we met on set.
You did, man.
We
Set
didn't
correct.
meet like over the
Internet.
internet.
Exactly. So that
Yeah.
that video put me on the map. Like I've had people like notice me in person for that video. And that video, it's interesting because on Twitter, it's like I'm on Black Twitter. It's all it is jokes. And I got little to no hate. Like that was nothing. I got a couple, you're corny, you're weird, but who cares? But like no one was coming for my mother and father, and like it didn't get that intense. So I've been doing this stuff for a very long time and making these flow charts and having fun. So I'm very thrown off by how it's being received now. But anyway, moving on. TikTok for me, it started off, I was giving very like my energy was like on a 6, and I was giving people advice. And I said to myself, okay, how can I grow faster? And if I think if I want to go faster, I'm going to have to be willing to offend people. Okay. And as you know, and everyone knows that. Like, if you were to go back in my comments and when people comment, why the B word? I said, because I know that's going to trigger people. I know that's going to get people emotional. That's going to get people to share it. Oh my God, look what he said. It's going to create this shock factor of this guy is freaking fearless. And I did that up until 55,000 followers. Like I faced zero, little to no resistance. Of course, I wake up to a couple duet videos of me calling me like a woman hater. I don't hate women, but like that's what they call me, and that was fine. A couple videos here and there don't hurt nobody. But when you wake up to 300 and they're calling you a rapist and they're leaving your mom voicemails and they're going to your personal business to say you're a rapist, that's when it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to tweak back the content because it's now hurting people in my life that don't deserve it. You understand what I'm saying? So that made me kind of tone it back and go private for a couple of days just to see if some of those really aggressive people would subside, you know. And I understand that I offended people with by saying the B word, but I don't think it's the end of the world. But Avalon, what are some things that TikToks in the past, not just like the one I just made, but in the past that you have disagreed with? We can talk about it right now on this podcast.
Okay. There are quite a few. I'm a part of the Black TikTok group that TikTok made.
Okay.
So I go to their meetings every single week.
Oh
Well,
wow.
every 2 weeks. Um, and it's over Zoom calls right now, but
Oh, cool.
and we are given the opportunity to like have someone who can bring things to TikTok and to TikTok's attention, saying like, this isn't okay. I don't think this should be posted. This is very inappropriate, etc. And I've sent in a bunch of videos
Gotcha.
because there have been like some where it's like the ones where it's like, if a woman says no, don't take no for an answer, no matter what happens. Like she
Um,
wants you, they're playing hard to get. Exactly. That's not okay. Yeah, I've
that doesn't sound like a
seen.
video I made, but continue, keep going.
No, that's not you. That's not you. You said just like in general, not just you. Um
Oh, okay. Make sure because I don't think I
no,
recall saying if
yeah,
a girl
no,
says no, you
you
keep
never said
going.
that.
Okay,
No,
continue. My bad.
you've never
My
said that. No.
apologies.
You're totally good.
No problem.
There, and I've sent in like things that were just like blatantly racist. Like there
Mhm.
was this one girl who made a video where she's holding a bag of grits,
Oh no.
she's smacking it on her ass, and she's saying black men love grits,
Yeah,
and
she
it
was
didn't
asking
get
for it.
taken down.
She videos like that, okay. But sorry to pause you, but as a black man, when I see videos like that, this person is saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. I know you guys gonna get mad. The best thing to do with those videos is to give it no attention. They want to get canceled. They want to blow like that. Those videos, she knew what she was doing. That's
She's
why
now going by the Snow Bunny Queen.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like she knew exactly what this would do, and she got it. So for me, I wish black women and black men would go and scroll. That means she lost. That means she lost. Like to me, for example, Takashi 69 Avalon. The best way to make him go away, Apple Music stopped supporting him. People stopped talking about him. He went away. He fueled off of people hating him. The
Yeah.
blogs, everybody was always talking about Takashi. What is he going to do next? When they stopped, he went away. So it's like
Yeah.
that's why it's crazy to me that I went private and there's still women who I know don't like me trying to follow me just so I can leave more hate comments. It's like, dude, wow. But anyway, keep going. Like you're on a tangent.
What I believe you should do is you should ignore the video, but if it's something that you don't believe should be online because it is bad and ill-informed and can actually hurt people, that's when I won't like the video, I won't comment on the video, I will immediately report it. I will save the video so I can put and so I can send it to TikTok and go, hey, I don't think this should be on the platform, and then I stop it there. I
Yeah.
don't make rebuttals anymore because it was giving them like attention that they
Yes.
wanted. Exactly.
I got it. And I got it. I gained Avalon. I gained 80,000 followers in 24 hours.
Yeah.
All those
I
people
saw
who were trying to bring me down brought me up with more followers. So it's like that's the worst thing to do is to make it's like honestly, there's one girl, I think she probably is in your group. She got 1.3 million views off of me. I made her famous overnight. 1.3 million views. That's her most viewed video she'll probably ever get in her entire life off of me. She gave
who was the
me a
person?
platform. Say again, I'm sorry.
Who was the person who
I don't
got 1.3?
okay, I think she was like Lil something, Lil something. I think.
Lilith, maybe?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Like, there's so many comments. It's hard for me to like go back and find that video. But she wears a headscarf, I believe.
I know exactly who you're talking about. They are not. She's not in my group,
Oh,
but she's beautiful.
yeah, yeah. So it's
Um,
like I gave her most viral video, and I guarantee you that video probably gained me easily 5, 10,000 more people. So it's like those, like you're right. Like when you make rebuttals, it gives you more attention. And I feel like what you said was important. You see the video, you don't like it, you don't comment, you just report it, send to TikTok, and you keep it pushing. But
yeah.
continue what you were saying about like you're sending in videos and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. So I stopped posting rebuttals around
Good.
the time that be around the time that like the BLM movement this summer was like really,
Yeah,
really, really like
that had me heated. But go on.
because I was like so angry all the time and
I
so
feel you.
sad, and it was like I my boyfriend can attest to this. I broke into tears multiple upon multiple times,
Damn.
just like so defeated.
Just taxing on
And
you.
Yeah, and I'm biracial. I'm half black and half white, and I
Mhm.
live with my white mom. So it's not like I had, well, I don't live with her anymore, but it's not like I had like a adult person, even though I'm an adult person in my life to like relate to in that moment,
Yes.
because all of my black friends are like on the internet. I live near like one of them, and we're in a pandemic, and then um like I don't know any of my black family, so like
Oh, okay.
because I didn't have anyone to like share those commonalities with, it was extremely hard, and I was just like seeing all of these negative comments
Tons, tons, dude.
and that like in DM saying that I was a monkey, I was a nigger, I should kill myself, etc.
From is this from TikTok? So they came to from TikTok to your page, and
To my
that's
page,
the
yeah.
issue, man. With the internet, man, is people are keyboard warriors and will never say that shit to your face. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying? Never. And after experiencing being, canceled, I can finally understand what it's like because I've been on the internet wilding for years, and I've never experienced like hate, really. You know what I'm saying? So when you speak on that, I can feel for you. Like that's terrible. But not to cut this part off. It's very important. But I just want to give the viewers what they want. So what point? So where are the TikToks that you disagree with? And hopefully you can say those so we can talk about them. I love to speak on every single one.
Okay. So the one about the girl, like she had the girl with the headscarf, I do not remember her name,
Yes.
but
Yeah. Go on.
the one she replied to,
Mhm.
most of your points in there I don't agree with.
Okay.
I
Let's
was
start.
actually talking to my mom about this.
Let's do it.
So the when you were talking about like how you'll go on a dinner date with someone
Multiple.
and then you
Multiple.
won't multiple dinner
Multiple.
dates with someone
Yes.
and then you won't
That's
sleep
very.
with
That's
them.
very important. Multiple.
Yes, multiple, yes.
Mhm.
But in my experience, dates should not be transactional because that is actually a very, very dangerous mindset. E- some people could just not want to have sex, or like they can even think like, oh, maybe I'll tell them this might happen, and then they pull out of it because they after the dinner date because they found something out about their personality or they decided they weren't ready for it or whatever.
Mhm.
And it the way you worded it
Mhm.
made it seem like it was necessary. Like sex after because you bought someone dinner, you now have to have sex with them. And that's a very dangerous mindset because a lot of people could take that the wrong way and think, you're right, he's right. I deserve to have sex because I just paid for this person's meal or multiple meals. And and so when girls were, because I know it was a lot of women who were very, very upset about this,
Mhm.
were saying like, this is part of rape culture. It's true. Like, um, there was this girl that I know. She was in this situationship with a guy for a really long time. And he would let her practice facials on him because she was in beauty school.
Mhm.
And after that, after she like gave him the facial, they would have sex because and the way he then worded it later on after like multiple times of this happening
Yeah.
was because I'm gonna say like because I gave him a facial, I am now going to have sex. That's was his mindset. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so one day she was giving him a facial and um she told him like I don't want to have sex, I don't want to do anything, this makes me I just am getting over this guy, um I don't want to do anything. And he was like, okay, cool, whatever. He then starts playing with her pants and she tells him to stop. She um he then starts playing with her boobs, and again she tells him to stop and says that she's going to leave. And then he goes like, "Oh, you should be comfortable with me. It was an accident. Don't worry about it. We're super close, and I'm doing you a favor. You should whatever do me a favor. Um, this is just how it's been." And then he goes, the only reason why I haven't done anything is because you tell people. And she was like, no, what are you talking about? And then he goes, are you going to tell anyone? And she said no. And then she says, no, what are you talking about? And then he asks her again, and she says, no, what are you talking about? And he kisses her, and she pushes him away. And then he says, I know you want it. Stop fighting it. And she froze. She stopped completely. She stopped like everything that she was doing. And next thing you know, they were having sex. And then when this and then when it was done, she burst into tears. She like couldn't stop anything that was going on. And then he gave her a hug, and it's like, and he goes, don't tell anyone, don't tell anyone. It's okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. It's okay. This is just how it's always been. You always gave me a facial, and then we always had sex. That's just how it works. I know you're fine. You're fine. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. What does that sound like to you?
So it sounded like a man was sexually advancing himself on a woman. She said with her, verbally, no twice. Then he proceeded to say, I know you want it. That sounds to me like a rapist. What I was saying, what I was saying, there's two sides to every, caveat, right? So with that man, I despise that man. I would never want to have him comfortable around any woman that I love ever. I've never done that to any woman. A no to me is no, because that R word, rapist, is a very, very heavy word, especially coming from a woman. Like you can like legit Avalon, this sounds weird, but like you can legit say I raped you and they'll legit like probably come to my house and arrest me before I even get a word out. So like, but if I said, let me finish. But if I said Avalon, rape me, I guarantee they probably come to my house. Hey, so there's a guy saying that you raped him. Like I feel like they wouldn't take it as serious. But anyway, let's go back to the point of what me defending myself on this point. There are women today currently saying, in their mindset, I don't like this guy, but I just like the free food. And does that woman owe that man anything? Absolutely not. I'm here to say it right here in front of the camera. No, she does not. Does not owe him a damn thing. You hear that back there? Perfect. But what it's weird though is like, dude, this man sees you romantically. So why waste his time? What's your response to that?
My response to that is, if you know someone wants you romantically
As a woman,
and
yeah.
you don't, as a woman, and you don't owe them anything, technically. They are choosing to go on these dates with you. They are choosing to pay.
No,
Because in my experience,
the man. Wait, you're saying when you say pay, the man's paying, right? Okay, make sure. Okay.
Yeah, the man is choosing to pay. He's choosing to pay. He's choosing to take her on these dates. He doesn't have to do anything. And just because one person has feelings doesn't mean the feelings have to be reciprocated. No matter what, your feelings do not have to be reciprocated. Like my now boyfriend, we've been friends for years and years and years. And they didn't like me in that way.
Who's they?
At first, my boyfriend,
so your boyfriend, your current boyfriend didn't like you prior. You're saying?
Didn't He didn't like me prior. He didn't like me romantically at all whatsoever. And it was like years later where he actually did like me, but like me and fall in love with me. But before, he had no feelings for me in that way. I had feelings for him though.
Were you guys romantic?
And that, no.
So you guys were just hanging out, platonic friends.
We were just best friends, platonic friends. Yeah. Okay. And I never tried to do anything to him, and I never thought I deserve him at all. I never thought I deserve him because I spend so much time with him. I let him talk about everything that he wants to talk about. I blah, 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 blah. I never thought that way, because just because I had feelings for him doesn't mean that he needed to have feelings for me. It eventually did happen, but it doesn't always happen that way, because I also have other male best friends who who either they had feelings for me or I had feelings for them, and then nothing turned out because one of us didn't feel that way. And sure, I have taken guys out on dates that I've paid for, and it turns out that, or like taking them just out, that I've paid for and I've liked them, and then it turns out they didn't like me. I didn't think, oh, well, I paid for this thing, I deserve it, because that's not how it works, and it shouldn't be that way reversed. It shouldn't be that way with the guy pays for things, and the girl may know that, or the girl does know that they like that he likes her, and so she has to be romantically interested. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Yeah. So my response to, so if I'm a woman and I know this man is coming back for his third and fourth dinner date, soon I'm gonna feel a bit more. I feel like I'm using him.
Mhm.
Because I feel like, yo, this man is like he's not being aggressive on the date. We're having normal conversations about politics and stuff like that. He may start to get close to me, put his arm on my lower back, he's giving me a hug, insinuating something. But I feel like as a woman, it's like, man, like my mom's the thing is my mom, reason where I got that from, my mom told me this. My mom said, listen, Chad, when I was back in my day, I ain't let men pay for me because I ain't let, so it's because men tend to think transactionally. So I'm not going to let any man put a dinner above me. I'm going to pay for my own dinner. And so at the end of the night, it's just 50-50. He didn't do anything for me. So that's where I got that mindset from a woman, my mother, you know what I'm saying? So she told me that where like, I told her what happened in the video and she said, I agree. I don't like using men for free dinner, especially when it's on the third and fourth time. Like, come on. So that's do you want to continue to speak on that or go to the next point I made?
Continue to speak on that for like
Yeah,
one moment.
sure, of course, no problem. Sure.
Um, so yeah, I agree with your mom in that case because I bring my own money to all my dates because guys are creepy. And I have had multiple situations where I've been on a dinner date. I've brought my own money. They refuse to let me pay.
Oh wow.
And then they'll like on almost every single date I've been on with a male because I'm bisexual. I've been on dates with men and women.
Okay.
Almost every single date that I've been on with a male, I have like brought my own money. I've offered to pay for them. I've offered to pay for my own meal. I
Mhm.
offer every single time because I do know that a lot of men do think that dates or just anything is transactional, and they will refuse to let me pay,
Mhm.
and then they will try to hook up with me at the end of the night, and I've gotten called a bitch, I've gotten called a whore, I've gotten dropped off in a random place and had to Uber home because I wouldn't
Wow.
have sex with a guy. Yeah. So
It's aggressive.
I yeah. So I don't believe that dates should be transactional at all. And if a woman is using a man
A meal. Yeah.
um for a meal, that's not okay. But also that's not okay because like you're like kind of emotionally manipulating them, but at the same time she still doesn't owe you anything.
Yeah, so I feel like we can come to a conclusion that you hit the nail on the head. If a woman is intentionally using a man just for that free steak, just for that free lobster, and she'll, oh, deuce, peace out at the end of the night when the second it's over, that's not fair. You admitted that. But in the same tone, also doesn't owe him anything. And that's a very
Yeah.
fair conversation. And I agree with that. I feel like there's a and a B side to almost everything I've said. One person can argue really, really, really well my side, and someone can argue really, really well, the more female perspective of it doesn't matter if it's date 12. If I want free steak and you offer it, I'm coming. You know what I mean? So that's I feel like that's important. We agreed on that. Step number
Yeah.
two.
When I just got a sugar baby. I mean, that point I'd just be a sugar baby if I
Yeah,
just want free food.
exactly. Facts. So the next point I made was, okay, I'm gonna give you a scenario. Let's just say we went on 2 dates, nothing romantically kicked off. And you may like me, but you say you don't see me romantically for a reason, for reason you have. I try on the third date, hey, like come over, and you still do. Okay. And I'm thinking, okay, she's at the crib, Netflix is on, she should know what I'm trying to do. And when I make my movie, go, hey, I don't see you that way. Right. And then you may offer, hey, well, we can be friends though. And Let's
Mhm.
say I take that because I think if I be your friend long enough, one day you'll give it up. Have you ever been in that situation with a man before where you friend zone him, but eventually that one night those feelings just came out or they physically came to you, like, touched you, making that advancement?
Okay. First part, like I've had multiple friends who like they who like I have friends.
Yeah.
I don't like the word friend zone. I don't like that because like you when someone is your friend, that's just a different type of relationship and it's not like a bad place to be. Being someone's friend isn't a bad place to be. And also, you could offer to like bring someone to your house and it doesn't mean like, hey, I want to have sex. And not all women think like that. A lot of us, not, I don't want to say a lot of us, but like some of us like are hopeful in thinking we just have male friends. Because I like having guy friends better than female friends just because like they're kind of easier to talk to. It's like a different perspective than,
Mhm.
and just like different energy.
Yeah.
And so like coming if you invited me over, imagine if we were like friends, like close friends, and you invited me to your house and you turn on Netflix and stuff, my brain isn't instantly going to go to we're having sex. My brain is going to okay, we're watching Netflix.
Got you. But the context I gave was date one was just casual, nothing happened. Date two, again, that's some again, nothing happened. But date three, I go in for the kill. So we haven't established a friendship yet. It's kind of like I think on this third date, I'm gonna go for it, right? But in your head, oh, he's just another hangout. So it's like it's kind of there's a gray area here. But when I go for it and on that third date and I go for it, you're like, whoa, I just thought we were friends, even though, but then on the third date on that Netflix, you tell me, look, I do not see romantically. Let's just be friends. And what some men will do, as you told me it's happened before, is they'll be like a wolf in sheep's clothing, waiting for that moment of vulnerability and hope they can get some from you. Has that ever
Yeah.
happened to you before, where a guy friend kind of went try to be romantic with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay. Yes.
and it sucks. It
Yeah.
genuinely sucks.
Exactly, right? And I feel like, okay, I'm not gonna say all women. That's a very bad generalization. But I feel like women out there, listen to me. Most men, there's a hidden motive with the friendship, with especially if it started off as like dating. It started off as like, hey, let's get lunch. Hey, let's go to a movie. Like, especially if it starts off like that. I feel like a girl can know, okay, this guy sees me romantically. Maybe having him as my friend may get sticky at one point because he may come out with feelings. So in my video, I said women will keep male friends for their own self validation. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I disagree.
Okay, so why
100%.
and why is that?
Because I keep my male friends around because they're funny or they're smart or they're intelligent. And so I don't keep people around to benefit me because that's very manipulative. And most of my female friends don't do that. To they like I have a best friend named Jordan,
Okay.
and she has mainly male friends and she doesn't keep them around to go like, oh, I'm gonna date you, or like, oh, when I'm feeling lonely one day. She keeps them around because they're less drama in her opinion, and they are just really good people to listen to. And also, yes, you may be going in for the kill like when you like on the third date or whatever, or the
Yeah.
third hangout,
Mhm.
but you have to be able to openly talk about everything that you're going to do. So if you go in to kiss her and she goes, no, 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 I only see you as a friend, that should be the end of it.
It
Not the
should
end
be.
of your friendship, but the end of everything. And if a guy sees it as, oh, I'm going to like maybe try and get some later when she's a little bit more, that's manipulative. That is actually extremely manipulative because it's you're waiting until she's vulnerable or upset or like something. It doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be like full-fledged like rapey situation, but it could just be like emotional manipulation. And I don't think that's okay. If she says, I just want to be friends, you should just drop the romantic what's going on between you unless she says otherwise. And I know it's hard. It's easier said than done,
Yeah,
believe
for sure.
me.
Yeah.
Because believe me, yeah, again, my boyfriend's living proof.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to just drop your feelings, but in order to be respectful and in order to have a just not be a shitty human being, you should talk about everything that you want to happen. Like, even I know this is a completely different situation, but me and my boyfriend, we talk about everything that we want to do, and we have um open lines of communication for everything, whether it's can I kiss you, can I hug you, can I whatever, just because I have been sexually assaulted
Uh-huh.
and he's had a situation. I'm not going to talk about it because it's
Of course, it's
not
his
my story
business.
to
Yeah, it's
tell.
his business. Yeah.
Yeah. But so we make sure that we have open lines of communication at all times. And that should happen with all friendships. It's why I ask, like, even with my friends, my female and male friends, because again, bisexual, I don't want anything to be taken the wrong way. I
Mhm.
ask, can I hug you? Can I do this? Can I do that? Da, 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 da. And make sure I ask before I do anything, because if I don't, and it is not okay, no matter what it is. And so if you are a friend of someone and you're waiting for them to be weak in order for you to, like, oh shit, sorry, my phone is dying.
Oh shoot, yeah,
Um,
get that charger, baby. We still got at least another
yeah,
20, 30 minutes to go. Easily.
we got her.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay. In order for you to, like, get something out of them that is manipulative and
Absolutely. 100%.
not
Got you. So, um, so I understand what you're saying. Again, there's an A and the B side to what I said about, self validation. Some women, okay, so this is a guy because I feel like Avalon that. Do you agree that attention is very important in a lot of women's lives? Attention. Do you agree or disagree with that?
disagree with that, because a lot of the attention that we get makes us very uncomfortable.
Okay.
If
So
you
go on.
haven't
Sorry.
noticed.
Okay. So
Like,
go on.
yeah, you go first.
Okay. Yes. So I feel like me personally, women love attention, and I feel like they use guy friends as their attention. Because I was once there. I'm speaking from experience where I was in a friend zone, and that girl would blow my phone up, want to talk to me for talk to me for hours about other guys she's dealing with for hours and hours on end, and like I was like her attention goat. Like whenever she needed it, she just talked to me on the phone for hours, right? So I'm just speaking from where I have been in the past. And I felt like this woman was using me for attention. She didn't want nothing to do with me romantically. She didn't want to hang out with me in person. She just liked to talk to me on the phone about her problems. So I felt in those situations as we were in with those women back in high school that I was being used for attention. Do you think I'm wrong for that, or if like those girls didn't mean it that way?
I don't think they meant it that way. I think
Okay.
they trusted you. I feel like they trusted you and trusted you to be a lending ear, and they trusted your opinion enough for them to be able to vent to you and um get the male perspective on a situation that they were going through. Like, I have male and female friends who I talk to all the time, like on the phone for hours, just like talking, complaining, going, what do I do? And it's helpful. It really is. And so I believe I'm not her. She
Yeah,
totally could have been doing what you think she was doing,
for sure.
but she also could have just trusted you and trusted your opinion and trusted you with her secrets enough to have you be that person who she calls.
Absolutely. And that easily, again, like that whole A B side of everything, definitely could have been she just trusts me. But at the same time, it's like, girl, like I want you. So it's like I was forced to like ball up my emotions for this girl so she can talk about other men, right? and how these other men were dogging her out and weren't being respectful. But then a week later, they're right back with them, and they'll say, "Oh, I wish guys are more like you. I wish guys were as nice as you were, but I never got this shot at her. They did." So I was constantly put in this position where it's like, damn, like I want to tell her how I feel, but I'm in the friend zone. And like, so everyone has their side of the story of where of what I said, those 2 points I made. But again, any adding, yeah, what else would you like to add?
Yeah, I have a question. Did you ever let her know how you felt about her?
Yes.
Yeah.
One I did, one did not. One I did not because I was scared to ruin our relationship. Because I feel like if I said I have feelings, to go, oh, whoa, feelings? Like you only buy me coffee all the time and tell me I'm pretty every day. I didn't think you liked me. I thought we were just like, you know what I mean? I thought that would scare her even more by telling her I had feelings. So one girl I told, and she was like, hey, I understand, but I don't see you like that. I see you as like my little bro. I'm like, oh yeah, little bro, yeah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So
I feel that,
yeah,
but at the same time, it's like, I'm gonna be honest, I can speak for myself and my
yeah,
friends.
sure, yeah, of course,
I like validation more from women because, like, they like see what you did, they know what you did.
yeah.
I would prefer validation from a woman over a man
Oh, 100%.
any day.
Women
I
mostly do. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I hate male attention with a burning passion. It drives me nuts. I can't even let my boyfriend tell me that I look pretty because I hate it so much.
Wow, I love it. It's funny as hell.
And it's like, and so like, and most women prefer female attention
Uh-huh.
because they're not creeped out as
It's
much.
more
Don't get me
sincere.
wrong. Like,
It's also
it's
more
more
sincere.
sincere,
Mhm.
and also it's not like they're, and for the most part, like, because for some reason the default is straight, everyone's straight. So
Mhm.
you go like, oh, they're just like thinking that I'm pretty because they think I'm genuinely pretty, not because they want to get into my pants.
Absolutely.
And
When men validate, it's
yeah,
some men validate with hopes of, if I say this, hopefully she feels this way, so I can get this from her. I know what you mean.
exactly. And so, like, I feel like your feelings are valid in that you feel like you were kind of being taken advantage of, but at the same time, she, speaking for the friend who like told you that like she's not interested, and you're like the little brother, you still put so much of an impact into her life, and she thought so highly of you that she thought that you were like family.
Yeah.
And so that I think is very important. And also, I think that is a very sincere, sweet thing to do, to say, because she genuinely loves you. And it might not be in the romantic way, but it's in the platonic way. And that should matter.
You know what? As much so what you said was great, and I agree with that. Only issue is like I feel like a lot of men don't want to be the brother. They want to be the person blowing the back out. I now speak for some men. Not I can't say all men. Okay, relax, relax over there, men. I'm saying for some men, men
Mhm.
prefer to be doing the romantic than the brother. So that's where I'm coming from the men. So I feel like we did a great job covering that viral video. But is there any other videos you'd like to speak on that you had an issue with that we can speak on and get come and get some clarity from?
Okay. Let me think. God. Um, so the videos that I have, like, sorry, my boyfriend's getting food at the moment and
No
he's in
problem.
the door. So if
No
you hear
problem.
noise. So one of the things, because I've actually followed you on Instagram for a while ever since we met.
Yeah, of course.
So I've seen some of your flowchart videos.
Yeah, of course.
And there was the video of like, you get called during specific times of the day depending on like what piece you are. And I felt like, depending on if you're like the side nigga or the main nigga or like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, exactly.
Um and so I feel like some of that, I feel like I've never heard any woman ever like saying like, "Oh, I'm only calling him because it's late." Like, I've never And I've even like asked my friends, like I asked multiple of my friends in order to prepare for this video,
Hmm.
like more of my female friends or femme presenting friends, like, hey, have you ever done this with a guy that you were dating, and or like a guy that you were interested in? And they're like, no, I've never heard of this. What are you talking about? And so I explained it to them, and they're like, that just sounds like too much work.
So wait, you're talking about the video where girls have different availability for different guys based off the day of the week? Okay. So it's
Yeah.
funny. On that in the comment section, I was this was like legit. The comment section was amazing. It was girls agreeing, guys laughing, and guys shooting their shot on girls saying, "Hey, you're free Monday." So a lot of women were saying they agree with that because I feel like when a woman is dating multiple men, only when they're dating multiple men, okay, make sure you heard that, they tend to have a hierarchy. Okay. This, like, let's say they're talking to four boys. Okay. If I meet you, say you're single on a Monday, okay, we just met. It'd be hard for me to get your Friday night because, dude, you have these four boys who want to see you possibly, then your girlfriend's right above or below them. So it's like I'm the newbie. I can't get the your most like the best day of the week of Friday night. You just got paid, you're going to the club. Like, I doubt I can get a one-on-one date with you on a Friday night after I just met you. That's why I tell guys, hey, look, don't hit her up on Friday, Saturday. Wait till Monday night, Tuesday night. You're most likely to get a one-on-one date on those lower nights opposed to a Friday night or a Saturday night. But now that I explain a bit more context, what do you think?
I'm trying to think of like when I used to date like multiple people because I haven't done
On
that in
that
a
note.
really long time.
Yeah, I feel yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
I feel that. I feel that.
Huh. I remember when this is just from my personal experience. I can't speak for all women,
Yeah, for sure.
mainly
Yeah.
because like, yeah. But I remember when I was dating
Yeah, of course.
like multiple people, I was like freshly single and
Mhm.
just trying to get to know myself and what I wanted romantically. That whenever like the new person came around, when I would just like try to go based off of their availability, or like if it was like a new guy, like I one time had like I was talking to like 3 or 4 different guys at one point, and
Yeah.
this new guy was like, "Hey, I want to go on a date with you." Slid me their number because I was at work, but they did it very respectfully. Please, this is totally off topic, but please do not ask for women's numbers while they're at work. It's very awkward. It's very creepy. We have to be nice to you. Um,
Anyway,
sorry.
PSA.
Just like that's just like a totally separate thing.
Yeah.
But he like even though like I knew like these 4 other guys, I liked the new guy the most. He was like the sweetest. He was the most respectful out of everybody with what he had done at the moment.
Yeah.
Um, and so I reserved my Friday night for whoever I liked most. Or like I was working Friday nights or like whatever my weekend night was.
Yeah.
So like I reserved it for whoever I thought I would get along with the best. It wasn't based off of like the person I knew the most, because like the person I knew the most at the time was shit. Um, it
That's a
was
great that. Go on.
like genuinely kind of a horrible person, and I was gonna end things anyways. So like it was so the new guy, he got like my Friday night or whatever night it was slot, and everyone else who like I got on whenever I went on a date with them was based off of just who I liked the most and who I wanted to spend time with, whether it was like as a friend or as a romantic idea,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yes. So, I want to touch on something you made a very stellar point that I tell men. Let's see if you're gonna agree or disagree. You said,
Mhm.
what did you say about that number one guy? What was he? A bad guy? What was he?
He was a rapist. I found out.
Okay, okay, but okay. So besides like the backstory, like,
Yeah.
why was he your number one? Was he
I knew
toxic?
him the
Would you make
longest.
you knew him the longest?
Yeah, I knew him the longest, and I knew who he was as a person the longest.
Got you. Now, was he emotionally available or unavailable?
He was
Like, did he talk to you
he
about
was out.
wanting a relationship or no?
Yeah, he did. But also he would wanted a relationship, but also he like would throw it away, which is why yes, he was the number one guy, but that was just because I knew him the most, but I didn't spend the most time with him. He was just the person I knew the most.
Got
If that
you.
makes sense.
Because basically, I was
He like,
alluding. Go on. Go on.
yeah, sorry. He would like say like, "Oh, I want to be with you," insinuating that he was in love with me. And
Okay.
then the second he like got with me, or like I like started showing some of those same interests, and or like same like feelings,
Hmm.
he would like
Pull back.
pull back. And so I was like, I was like, I don't want to be treated like this. I don't want to fucking hang out with you.
So, okay, let me make sure I understand you properly. When you say number one guy, he wasn't your favorite guy. He's just the guy you knew the most. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So, who was your favorite guy, if you can remember during those dating days? Who was your favorite? Was there a guy you
My
can think about
favorite,
was your favorite?
my favorite was the last one that I had met. And I actually ended up dating them for a really long time. Um,
Just the guy
but
who,
they were
who
the
asked for your
last.
number at your job, that guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
I was actually on a set. It wasn't like a job. It was like a
Oh,
set. I was
gotcha.
a makeup
Okay.
artist that day. Yeah. So he slid my number. He slid his number. And we started going out on dates, and we
Yeah.
got to know each other. And he was the person I met last, but he was now the person I was spending the most time with. And he was, and in the beginning, open and honest, and um able to talk to me, and we were able to have open lines of communication at all times. So he was my favorite person to date, and I ended up dating him for like a year and a half. Um
Awesome.
and then the other guys that I knew and I was dating, they were kind of like more play, like they were trying to play me more.
Hmm.
They were um they would like show emotion for like 5 minutes, just to get me interested, and then reel it back when I like was getting interested. And I didn't
Hmm.
like being played. I didn't like being treated that way. It made me feel like something was wrong with me, and it hurt. And so would I like would stop associating with them.
Okay. So, I'm gonna guess what was going on, and maybe you can agree, disagree. You were dealing with players for the most part. And, they gave you what you wanted for a little bit, then pulled it back. Gave you what you wanted for a little bit, then pulled it back, right? But once you met a guy that was open, upfront, honest, it was a breath of fresh air for you because I feel like maybe, I'm not sure, let me know, were you looking for a relationship during those player times with those guys, or were you not emotionally available?
It was neither. I wasn't like not emotionally available, but I was just like looking to date and figure out like what I wanted and what I liked. It
Okay.
wasn't like necessarily I want a relationship, but it wasn't like a I just want to fucking have sex.
Okay, for sure. All right. Well, yeah, that's dope. Okay. Is there an so we touched on the availability of different guys, and it's like this. You can see where I'm coming from, but that wasn't your reality.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And then
And
that's not every girl's reality. I feel like it makes sense. Why would a guy you just met, rank higher than a guy you've been messing with for, months or and your girlfriends? It makes sense. But is there another video that I mean on TikTok that you necessarily agree with? Because if not, I can start rallying all things I've said, and we can talk about it if you can't remember.
I'm gonna be completely honest, you went private as I was going to go
Okay, you should have
as
texted
I
me.
was going through
You should have
everything.
texted me, and let's talk about the private. The reason why I went private is because okay, let's just say you were a fan of my content. If you go to comment on my content and you see nothing but 1,000 women calling me a rapist, it make you feel like if this is not your community anymore. It's been overrun. If I comment anything in support of defund simping, I will be also attacked and also could be canceled. So it was me trying to get a hold of my community back because before that video I made, it was 50, 60 comments every video, all love, all positivity, everyone in there supporting each other. But
Yeah.
now it came overrun. So that's why I'm in private. But anyway, I will address some of the more very popular videos I've made because I know all off the top of my head. The most popular video I made was You see, Avalon, I feel like you're going to disagree with a lot of these videos because I feel like you're more of a genuine woman. You're not really for the streets. Most of the videos I make are for women who are for the streets. When a woman is emotionally available and likes relationships, they don't get what I'm saying because it doesn't apply to them. But when women are have multiple sex partners or go on multiple dates in the club every weekend, that's my demographic for girls. That's who I'm talking to. But anyway, we can still talk about it. I made a video saying when you go on a date with a girl, you should wait at least 2 days before speaking to her. And that was I called it the Amazon method. Wait 2 to 3, make 2 or 3 business days. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first ones. What do you think about that? You went on a date with a guy, you had fun, and he did not text you the very next day. He waited till the day two. How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna talk about from when I was like a for the streets girl, because like I had like a little whole phase. It was a fun
Okay,
time.
sure, of course,
Um,
yeah. We all have.
I genuinely didn't give a shit. I was just like, oh, they're probably busy. Like it wasn't like a necessarily unless I was like really, really falling for them, I didn't really care.
Exactly. You didn't even
Cause
care because you had a bunch of other
yeah,
guys to freaking talk to. Give, you know what I mean?
I think I don't care. I don't care about what's going on. It's just you're busy. You have a life.
See, and that's what I tell guys. I tell guys, listen, you can. I feel like some guys, this is how they think. I can make her like me by talking to her all the time. And if I smother her with my attention and I smother her with my love, hopefully she'll feel the same way back. But some women much rather you have a life, have a business, have a hobby, and you talk to them, throughout the week. But every day, I feel like it can be excessive. What do you think about that?
If I'm like if it was like a for the streets thing,
Yeah, for the
like
streets.
my whole phase,
Yeah.
I genuinely like if you try to talk to me every single day and try to smother me,
Yes.
I it gets creepy, especially if the woman like tells you like, I don't want anything, I just
Yeah.
want to have sex.
Fun. Yeah, exactly.
Like I've literally had that happen where I'm just like, I just want to have sex, fam. Please
You,
don't.
you,
And then they
yeah.
got like all butt hurt, and I'm
See,
like,
they don't like
oh
it when it's flipped
god,
onto them. They don't like it when it's flipped onto them, dude. They don't like it. I can speak for that.
yeah,
Men don't
yeah.
like it when like you make them feel like the piece of meat. They don't like that at all. Because now they want to go into that. I want to save her. I want to make her be my girlfriend now because she's this broken girl. So I want to save her and bring her home to me and like give her
I
love.
don't get that though. I don't get the whole broken girl thing though, because like girls can just like sex. Like I'm I can speak for myself. I fucking love sex. Like it's my one of my favorite things in the world. I love sex. I have literally like a few hickeys right now. Like I love sex. But like I'm not broken because I love sex.
True.
I'm like and that's something
Society
that
tends to do that to women though. They put that over their head. When a girl sleeps around, she must be broken.
yeah, exactly. And it's like I wasn't broken. I was just
Horny.
trying to figure out what I liked and horny
Yeah,
because I got to like experiment like with a bunch of new things while I was in my hoe phase, and it's why I'm good at sex now because I know what the fuck I like and I know like how to do shit.
exactly. So you agree that in your hoe days, when a man smothered you, you're like, okay, bro, chill out.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
fair.
yeah, so it's like I told men, listen, when you're dealing with women, you can't smother. You gotta and you I also okay, so let's besides that video, almost like on like monkey branching from that video is I said you have to create some sort of mystery. Do you agree or disagree?
It sounds like a lot of work, dude.
It does sound like a
Just
lot of work, but at the same time, when you're dealing with a woman who's for the streets, you have to play your cards right, or she'll just lose interest in you.
yeah, that's fair. But also, if a woman's for the streets and she like literally is like, I don't want anything, I feel like trying to like get her to want something
Is the worst
is
thing.
kind of not. Yeah, it's the worst thing. Like if she doesn't want anything, don't try to like make her your girlfriend. That's not what she wants. She
Oh,
told you what
100%.
she wants.
I tried doing
And
that. It didn't work out. This is back
yeah,
when
no,
like,
it
yeah.
doesn't. It never does. Like I have this one guy that I know and I still know. And we were like hooking up casually, and I can be very honest with this. we were hooking up casually, and the first time we hooked up, he was like, "Hey, do you want to like?" He was like at first like messaging me a lot, and I thought we were just friends.
Oh
Turns
no.
out he actually had feelings for me,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh shit!" And so, and I didn't find out he had feelings for me until after we had sex for the first time,
Okay.
and I was like, and he was like, "Oh, do you want this to be a whatever?" And I said, "I'm gonna be honest. I just got out of a relationship. I got out of a relationship with someone that you know very well, actually.
Jesus Christ.
Um, I'm just looking for sex. I don't want anything. I'm sorry. Are you cool with that? If not, we don't have to see each other like
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
but
It's
I
fair.
don't want to make you uncomfortable." And then, so after that, he just started acting like a dick. Like he would barely talk to me, and he like when I say barely talk to me, like we would have like a few intelligent conversations like
Yeah,
every once in a while,
for sure.
and we would talk on the phone sometimes because we were friends. But then after that, he was like trying. I think he was trying to be like this mysterious, like badass type guy, and
You tried.
it
Yeah.
was like talking to. It was like talking to a piece of paper. Like to this day, I still remember him as being boring as fuck.
Paper guy.
Yeah, paper guy. Oh my gosh, my phone. I'm
So anyway, let's get to the next TikTok that made that popped off. I said, okay, I'm gonna be real. While I was recording the video, I made a mistake. But I said, wait a minute. I'm trying to go viral. I'm trying to trigger people. I'm gonna keep what I said. So what I meant to say was this: don't bring up the feelings question. Let her do that. But I made a mistake and said this: don't ask her to be your girlfriend. And then when I record that, I'm like, wait, that's not what I meant. But that's going to trigger people. Let's do that one instead. So, do you think you lose attraction to a man when a month or 2 months in, he drops the feelings bomb on you? Can you lose attraction, or you don't think that matters?
I don't think it matters. If you actually have feelings for the person, it shouldn't matter. But if if you don't have feelings for someone and then they ask and you're like, "No, sorry," that's not like because they asked, it's just you don't have feelings for them.
Yeah.
Also, I
Go
feel
on.
like a lot of the reason for the controversy that you're having
Mhm.
is you're generalizing. You're just saying women. You're not saying, you're talking about people who are just randomly trying to hook up, which is, I've been like thinking this for the past like 10 minutes and haven't said it for some reason.
Yeah, of
Um,
course. Say it.
the way your videos are presented to everyone is that you're talking about all women, when in reality, as you've told me just now, you're talking about women that are just looking for a fun time.
Promiscuous women.
And so, yeah, promiscuous women, which there's nothing wrong with promiscuous women. Promiscuous women, they're fucking awesome. But um I see how it can hurt people's feelings and also like send the wrong message to people who are looking for genuine relationship advice, because like genuine relationship advice with someone that they genuinely want to be with. Because when I watch your videos, I don't think you're talking about women who just want to have sex. I think you're talking about everyone. And that could be, in some of what you're saying, it works for like if you're like in a hookup relationship where no one's gonna fucking get feelings at all, but it doesn't work for relationships or like
Oh
someone who's
no.
trying to build a relationship
This
at
isn't my
all.
page isn't how to find your wife. This is a definite how to be a 17 to 24-year-old player. Dead ass.
Exactly. Exactly. And but you're not presenting it that way. I've never seen like anything go like this is for hookups or this is for how to be a player.
I think
This is
when the name that's a fair comment, but coming from a page that says defund simping, I don't think that's a marriage place or a wife place. I know that I never said that, but it's funny. So sometimes in the comments, right, people will say what you just said. Hey, this doesn't seem right for a relationship, and I'll comment, hey, this isn't a relationship channel. So I know people make, see me as a relationship guru. I'm not. I'm teaching 16 and 17 and 24-year-old men how to live their best life. So
Okay.
I feel like you're right. I feel like, when I speak on these things, I don't. Here's the thing. My goal is to trigger, and I
Yeah.
triggered, and I triggered, and I triggered a lot. So, because I knew triggering is how you get the most views, triggering is how you get the most following, triggering is how you get the most watch time. So TikTok pushes your videos. I was
Yeah.
trying to offend, and I offended. So I succeeded in the triggering, but since the triggering came into my personal life, where people are leaving my mom voicemails, stuff like that, that's when
Okay.
I don't think it is okay either. But that's when, you know what, I'm gonna stop the triggering, because the triggering got to me. Now I'm triggered.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna, be a lot more like, for example, when we speak, we say, oh, not all men, or not all, like we make sure we say not all, and make sure it's known so no one gets triggered.
It's not only that people are getting triggered though. When I think the way you're presenting something, people do. I've read your comments. I have read your comments from people who agree with you.
Mhm.
And I don't know how to say this.
No problem.
No one, I didn't, if me, myself, me as a person who was watching your content, like getting ready for this, because like I was looking through your content and then I looked the next day and it was
Yeah.
private, so I couldn't look anymore. Um, but like I said, nowhere do you state that you were doing this for like 16, 17 to 24-year-old players. People take your people actually like think that this is how they can get a girlfriend, or this is how they can get a relationship with someone that they care about. And in reality, they could be hurting someone that they care about, or some of the stuff that you say has just been worded very, very, very poorly, um for like a relationship ideology, or even a hookup ideology. Because like the girls who are saying what you're saying perpetrates into rape culture, they're not wrong, because they're not wrong. I know that's not what you mean. I know 100%. I've met you in real life. That's not what you mean, and you don't want anyone to do that because it's disgusting. But the way it's being presented is being presented as, this is relationship advice, and yes, you go, this is satire, this is to trigger people. We don't know that. Like, we genuinely don't know that when we look at you surface level. So either you have to make it clear that that is what you mean, and also you have to like make it clear, like either make a video like saying, hey, I know I say all of this stuff, but also consent's important, and if you don't get consent, verbal consent, and if they say maybe or this or that, I feel like there has to be at least one video like that, so your word isn't taken into a completely wrong context
Okay.
and
So,
someone does something based off of something that you didn't mean.
okay. So let's speak on that. I'm writing down 2 points. So first point was, what is, okay, one sec. In my videos, I've never spoken about sex. It's about strategies to get there, but I've never talked about sex, because I just don't I just don't want to. It's hard for me to make I don't know. I just have never attacked sex, like a video strictly about your dingling. Never made a video about that.
That's all of my content.
Okay, okay, well, great. I should probably go watch, probably learn a thing or two. So I never made any videos about sex. I made videos about strategies, just strategies and mindsets. So I don't know. I've never made any videos where a man can. Okay, I haven't. I don't think I've made any videos where a man would watch it and go, "Yes, I should go rape someone because I heard that." I don't think those videos were made ever. That's why I'm confused with the whole rape culture. Now, also, my next question to you is, I know you're very educated on this topic. To me, when I hear rape culture, I don't know what that means. What I think it means, because I never Googled it or looked into it, is people perpetuating have sex with women against their will. But obviously, it's not that black and white. It's probably way more broad than that. So, what is rape culture? Perpetuating rape culture.
Perpetuating rape culture is, okay, this is like a very heavy, and it's ever changing, and it's a lot, and I
Yes,
can't explain it all in like 10-15 minutes or
for
even less
sure.
than that. But
Okay.
basically, the mindset of you deserve something, or even rape isn't just all, it's always like having sex with someone against their will. But
Yes.
I had an ex-boyfriend who, he found out that I was raped, and I told him, and they asked, well, why didn't I fight it off?
Yeah.
They said, why don't you have bruises? Because I didn't have bruises.
Okay,
That
that's too
yeah,
far. I wouldn't ask her where's your
yeah,
bruises. Like, okay, continue.
yeah. But it's you it's perpetuating the idea that rape is always someone that you, and not perpetuating the idea that rape, but it's like people believe that rape is just someone that you don't know in a dark alley getting like pushed up against the wall and like threatened to get hurt again. And that's not what rape is a lot of the time. A lot of girls get raped by their best friends. This happens way too, or like there, you know how like there are the two like F's, fight or flight?
Yes.
Did you know that there are four?
Did not
There
know.
aren't just two. There's fight, flight, fawn, and freeze.
Fun,
And
like FUN.
no, fawn. F
Oh,
A W N,
oh,
like the deer.
fun. Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
And fawning happens when you are giving into what they want, so they
Oh,
won't hurt you anymore. And so like that, the girl from the first story that I told
yeah,
you about,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
that
fun.
was me. She fawned and she froze. And that was me. I fawned and froze. So during sex, it wasn't sex, while he was raping me, he told me to say something, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. He was, and he was like yelling, like whisper yelling in my face, because we were in his house where his dad was. His dad was in the house. He was whisper yelling in my face, say something, say something. And I was so scared, and I didn't want him to hurt me or do anything else, or for this to last longer than it needed to, that I said, fuck yes, because I was scared.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I verbally said no multiple times, pushed him off, I, during it, I said yes, because I was scared. If there's even like hesitation of someone wanting to have sex, that's when you should stop it. And so when you're perpetuating rape culture, it is believing that something is transactional, believing that you deserve something because you were a good person, or because of this or because of that. It is convincing someone into having sex. So someone says, no, I'm not into it. And then berating them and berating them and berating them until they say yes. All of that. Or like someone just not saying anything and going for it and not saying yes at all, or nodding or anything, which I believe you should always get like a verbal yes out of someone, and make sure that there's no hesitation, because anything other than an enthusiastic yes is rape. And then also the perpetuating rape culture also is the people who believe that just because someone's your girlfriend or you're dating them doesn't mean that they can say no, like means that they can't say no, which is not true, because your significant other can rape you. Or that like during sex, someone can go, I'm not comfortable, I don't want to do this anymore, and then they continue no matter, like anyways, because you already gave them the yes. Consent is something that can be taken away at any time. And so when you're when you were saying like after a third date and you won't have sex with them, it was in a way saying that they deserved it. No, you never talked about actually having sex with someone or the actual act of it, but it puts in people's minds that, yeah, you know what, I deserve this. I've been spending my hard-earned money on this person. I've been spending my time with this person. I deserve this. And no, you're not saying outright, and you're not meaning it at all, saying, I, you're gonna have sex with them because da 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 da. But people get in their head going, people twist things to fit their own narratives. And hearing someone say that, like, after the third date, they won't have sex with you, and that's not fair, makes people believe, yeah, no, that's not fair. And tries to convince the person to have sex, or tries to, um, or like tries to push them in a way to like make things romantic when they weren't, or they didn't want it to be. And that is what that is just the top surface layer of what
Rape culture.
perpetuating rape culture is. And I cannot get into the depths of this, and I cannot verbalize it without getting angry and crying,
Yeah, I can tell.
because yeah, it makes me extremely angry. But and I don't get, I was taught as a Black person that I can't get mad
Yeah, you
for
may.
out of safeties.
Yeah, they may
Yeah,
consider you an
yeah.
angry Black woman. But anyway, so you said something towards the end that is so important that I would love to speak on. People twist things to fit their own narrative. I can say the sky is blue, and someone could twist that to their own narrative and perpetuating blank or blank. That's where that's where the all the hate came from. When people were calling me a rapist, I was like, I haven't raped anyone ever. So where is this coming from? But I get what you're saying. You people who think that dates are transactional or perpetuating a rape culture, to me, okay, if a man is not obligated, again, there's A and B. A man's not obligated, but a woman shouldn't have in her mindset, I just want a free steak. Like it, like so it goes both ways. I just feel like, to me personally, as you said, was I trying to perpetuate a rape culture? No, not at all. But could it have been pushed that way in some women's eyes? Yes. And the women who thought I was perpetuating rape culture, I am sorry. I was raised by a great mother who loves me so much, and she knows that I'm not a person that would push that type of culture on women. So if you're the one of the women that was felt I was perpetuating a rape culture on you, I apologize. Not my intentions. My intentions were, in that video specifically, was to I said this: women don't like my page. At least I thought they didn't like my page, because I think when men wake up and go, wait a minute, women do use men for free dates. Oh, wait a minute, women do this and do that. They become more they become more woke, and I feel like women tend to like men kind of not knowing, like keep them down here. So I feel like my page triggers people because it teaches men how to spot bullshit quicker and act on it. And I and I've gotten many DMs from, hey, DefundSimping, like, I watched your page and I got my girl back. I watched your page and got that girl I could never get. Like, the truth is in the pudding. People are actually saying I'm helping them out. So I keep making videos. But I'm gonna tone back the verbiage of my videos and not generalize my videos, because like I just said to you before, the triggering came back to me. So now I'm dealing with the repercussions of that. So I'm gonna, adjust that. But let's talk about at least one more, because I feel like we've been talking for a minute. It's probably zoomed by. It's probably been almost an hour.
Yeah,
So I don't want to take all your time. I know you're trying to hang out with your boyfriend and stuff like that. I appreciate you coming on, by the way. Um,
no problem.
we'll do one more TikTok. I also made a video on, what's a good one to bring up? What's a good one? What's a good one? I'm thinking of like a juicy one to end this off, because I don't want to think of like a basic one. That's like kind of like obvious, like girls like bad boys. Like we all know, like that's true, true and false, but more so on the truer side if she's a promiscuous woman. But let's speak on. You know what? I'm just gonna pull it up. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna pull it up. Like, we're here.
Don't worry about it. You're good.
I'm just gonna pull it up because I,
Um,
I want to end on a good note. Um, okay. Let's see here. Okay. Um, okay. Let's talk about this one. This one's kind of obvious, but I think it's still good. Okay. Would you still post promiscuous photos on your Instagram story, multiple times a week with a boyfriend? Promiscuous as in like you do. Okay. 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 Now, from a man's standpoint, I know a woman's standpoint is completely different, but from a man's standpoint, it looks like you're marketing yourself to the next man. But why do you do it from
Because
your
it makes me
standpoint?
feel good.
Okay.
It literally like I posted a bikini picture literally today. Like I post pictures in whatever the fuck I feel like it. Bro, I am wearing a sports bra and sweatpants right now. Like I clearly don't give a fuck because I don't love my body, but I'm learning to love my body.
Okay.
And being able to like post and dress in however the hell I want is one thing that I make extremely clear in the beginning of a relationship. I post whatever the fuck I want. I say whatever the fuck I want. I dress however the fuck I want because I like myself and I like expressing myself through fashion. Like I don't dress modest at all whatsoever. I wear corsets and I wear mini skirts and I wear booty shorts and I wear tube tops and I show off as much as I want. And my boyfriend's okay with that. And he's like, you're hot as fuck. And the world might look at you, but I don't care because you love me and you want me. And that's all that matters. So I'm not marketing myself. Actually, scratch that. I'm marketing myself to agents. Yo, any agent who wants to represent me, I will take that now. Because my Instagram is extremely polished too, because I'm trying to get an agent. I'm an actor.
Of course.
It's the life. Um, so that's the only person I'm marketing myself to is like an agency who's not gonna look at me for any sexual purpose whatsoever.
Got you.
And then my boyfriend and I have even talked about we like get on the topic of OnlyFans because I help manage one of my friends' OnlyFans,
Cool.
and
Nice.
um, I want to work for Disney one day. I want to be Princess Kiragakash Kita from Atlantis in the live action one day. That
Nice.
is my goal in life. So I am keeping my image cleaner. But we talked about it, and I'm like, hey, would you be okay if I ever like made an OnlyFans? Like, it doesn't matter what you say. If I wanted to, I would make it. But like, would you be okay
I
with
love
it?
that. It doesn't matter what you say, but I'm still gonna make it. But
But
let me just
like,
run it by you really quickly. Yeah. What do you think?
yeah, like I will like I always run everything that I'm planning on doing by him,
Yeah.
but like he knows he has no say. So I was like, "Hey, would you be like okay if I made one? Like if you didn't, I wouldn't care. Like okay, bye if you don't want to be with me, but like would you be okay with it?" And he's like, "Yeah, you'd make a shit ton of money." And it's like even if I was like posting nudes or porn or whatever, and he's like, "I genuinely don't give a shit. You end up coming back. You're here for me, and you're for only me." And he knows I'm for only him. So like he's like, "I don't give a shit." He's secure enough in our relationship to know that like I no matter what I post, no matter what I do, I could literally like post my nudes one day and just because like I feel like it, I have a Finsta where like I post like whatever the fuck I want, and like I'll post pictures of me in my underwear on it sometimes. Please, no one leak those. I would very much appreciate it. Please don't leak those.
Yeah. Don't lick him.
But
Please
I'll
don't.
yeah, I post like shit of me in like my underwear, and I'm just like, ooh, look, I'm cute as fuck. Or like, I had a bruise on my tit one time from when I got in a car accident. I posted that, and I was like, oh, look at this shit. And he follows it, but I also had a few other guys that I know who I'm close with who followed it, and all of them know that I'm not posting it because I want their attention. It's like, look it, I like what I'm posting. I like it. I like having it be out there.
Got you. So I feel like for you, Avalon, I'm sensing very more alpha traits in you, where it's like I'm not asking you what I'm doing, I'm telling you what I'm doing. At least I'm asking you so you know I'm going to do it, right? And I feel like that's more of a masculine trait, more than a feminine one, because I feel like feminine, at least okay, feminine I'm talking about is like in the 60s and 50s, like the more submissive woman. That's what I'm
Okay.
speaking on, the more submissive, woman. I feel like you do better when the man you're dating is a bit more submissive to you. No?
We're pretty equal in our relationship, but I'm the sub. I am a sub. I am a major brat sub.
What's a sub?
Submissive?
Oh, oh, oh,
I'm
oh, oh, oh. So you,
actually I'm actually very submissive, believe it or not. But when it comes to my life and my decisions, that in in the grand scheme of things don't affect him. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want, but I'm actually pretty submissive. I believe it or not.
okay.
And I hate it with a passion, but at the same time I really love it. I love being a sub. But
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
uh,
Because for some men, especially like manly men who had a very strong father figure, like I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like there is a I don't care what she does because she knows where home is mindset. Or like she can go out there and be naked on set with someone, some other man touching her all day, but when she comes home, she's mine. And that mindset is cool. I just know for me personally, I wouldn't what you want or want, that. But hey, who gives a shit what I want? As long as you're happy, that's all that really matters. But is there anything else you like to close out on that you want to speak on?
yeah,
You speak on? Yeah, go ahead. What
yeah.
is that? What is that?
I believe that everything should every I have had this conversation on my account too because like have I make sex related videos
Hmm.
like genuine sex related like I my one of my last videos was like talking about how to eat out a girl
Wow.
like
You're okay. All right. Got you. All right. Go ahead.
so
Okay.
I post sex related videos. My most liked video has 1.2 million likes or 1.3 or something like that.
Wow.
And it finishes with make a mess on daddy's dick. Okay, so like I
Okay.
talk about
That.
sex,
Okay.
but I also make sure that the core of all of my videos is ask, have open conversations. No matter if you are just hooking up with someone, because my videos aren't just about relationships, it's about hooking up. So it's always ask. Do ask what your partner's comfortable with. Make sure you have an open line of communication. And if you don't, and if that line of communication is at all contaminated, stop it right there. And people come to me, like I get DMs from people constantly about just like TikTok big sister, what do I do? And the thing that I always put in there is like consent, consent, consent. Also, please use a condom and stuff like that because you don't know where people have been. I also teach everyone to act as if everyone has a disease because you don't know where they've been. They could lie. I don't, but the main core thing is ask and don't generalize. So like my I actually got a bit of like backlash from my eating pussy video
How could you get backlash from make a video about that? How?
because everyone took the wrong part of the video. Um so everyone was like cuz I said like, "Hey, this is how you do it. Make sure you go into this part and make sure you go up and down side to side." And then I said, "And worst case scenario, nothing's working." This is
Oh
what you
no.
should do.
Oh no.
It was like the worst case
Yes,
scenario,
all
do
right.
the alphabet. I said just do the alphabet.
And how did that?
And people were pissed. And like rightfully so. They were like the alphabet doesn't work. It's stupid. Don't do it. It's dumb. I've and I'm it's like it's blah blah blah. And then I also said like and then like if you're getting adventurous, you could like use your teeth a little bit, but people were like don't
Oh
say that.
no.
That's very very dangerous. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I which reminds me I actually have to make a video saying don't be stupid. Don't bite someone's clit off."
Yeah, yeah,
But
exactly. But
I
people,
have
yeah.
to make that video today. But people will take the wrong parts of the video and I saw that firsthand and yes it was like a little bit more on like a hey this might not feel good for someone scale
Yeah.
um but I always feel like you have to no matter what if you have a platform whether it's of 10 people of or of a lot of people to make sure that you are preaching um hey this doesn't work for everybody, hey consent's important even if you are doing a satire page because people will take your shit seriously and they will take the wrong parts of the video because that's just always what happened That's
And
always what
you know,
happens.
because you're a creator as well, so you know exactly what can happen.
Exactly. Like that video with 1.3 million
That's
views.
crazy.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean for that one to be viral. I really didn't. It was an
There's other ones that are
accident.
so much better. There's so much other better ones that could have went viral,
I
but
was
they
just
chose that
like,
one.
I literally was like, why can't my singing videos go
Yeah.
viral?
Right.
And I became the TikTok big sister by accident. It wasn't on purpose.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't like I started with a catchy headline and then that's what happened, and now those videos are the best on my account. I wanted to sing and
Yep.
dance and act.
Dance. Yep. And act for the arts, not for the sex, for the
Yeah,
arts.
I didn't want to do anything for the sex, but now that's what I'm there for. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to incorporate both sets into my shit.
Yeah, of course,
But if I can help someone, I'm gonna do it
for sure.
because I want to be so. Because my sisters growing up weren't very healthy in this department. My
Got
sister
you.
got pregnant at 18,
Oh
and
wow.
then my other sister was disabled, and um, she had the mindset of like a 13, 14-year old.
Okay.
So like I
That's
didn't have
tough.
anyone. So like
Got you. Well,
anything you have that is important.
for sure. Well, hey, I feel like tonight we came to a lot of like, common grounds. I feel like it was a great conversation. There wasn't a whole lot of yelling. We respect each other's points, and that's the conversation I want to have. Like, real quick, there's a girl who DM me saying, "Hey, I don't want any smoke. I just want to know why you think the way you think." And I responded to her. But I didn't respond to kill yourself. I didn't respond to you're a rapist. I didn't respond to what I mean. Like, we can have civil conversations, and if you know any other women who are upset with me, want to do a podcast, I'll have them on. But it's not going to be a guns are blazing video where they're coming out. Well, we're not doing that. We're having civil conversations. So if they're capable of that, we can do that. But if they want to guns are blazing on me, we're not doing that because they're not going to make a mockery of me.
I actually have a friend who I think could verbalize a lot of what I was saying a lot better than me.
Please.
It's the friend I told you about earlier. Their name is Lilith. They are an amazing creator. They're smaller than I am, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
It's fine. I
And
don't
then
care
I
how much
have
clout
other
she
friends in
has.
my group chat.
Yeah, dude. Let
Yeah.
the whole group, the whole Black creative feminist or in binary movement. If you want to talk to the most hated man on TikTok, he's willing to talk to you. It's just
You're not the most hated, honey.
who?
I
Are you
know
kidding?
worse.
Who's worse than
I'm
you?
videos. There's the girl who supports men's rights.
I said most
Who
hated man on TikTok. Hated man. Hated man.
no, there's Christian Walker. Oh my god,
Wait, that sounds
Christian.
familiar. That sounds familiar. Chris, that sounds familiar.
MAGA 2020
Oh,
leftist liberal.
what's up, ghetto BLM
Him.
leftist today? Yeah. You're right. He
Yeah,
takes the cake.
him.
He takes the
Yeah,
cake. He takes the cake. He does.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's like I'm also gonna say, guys, please stop. Don't harass him. Like if you disagree with someone,
Sure. Yeah.
like don't harass them. I say unless they say something that's like racist or homophobic or whatever, don't call like their workplace. Like if they're saying like all gay men should go to hell or all gay men should die or stuff like that,
That's
or
yeah.
or like all women should belong in the kitchen. Like that's when you can go like, hey, you should know who's working for you, or you should know who's going to your school. But like, don't threaten to kill them. Don't like send death threats. Don't say that they should die or kill themselves. Because also, if they do kill themselves, that's a felony.
Oh,
Because
really?
it's supported homicide. It's like you're helping them kill themselves.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
like
know that.
yeah, it's actually illegal. It's illegal. So don't do that. And if you do, you're a terrible person. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't say that, but have open conversations with someone who you don't agree with. And the people who like stitched your videos, because I know a lot of them, and they were like just adding points. They might have said it like a little more heated than how I'm saying it, but that's because they have a minute, and also they're doing the same thing that you're doing. They're like trying to get people to watch the video so they can listen to their points.
For sure. And yeah, please let all of them legit, all legit podcasts with every single one of them one on one. Have no problems because Even after hearing your points, I still support what I said, and you still support what you said. I just get to hear the other side of the story, which is important.
Mhm.
So I do appreciate you coming on, Avalon. You've been a great guest, and let your friends know we can all talk.
Okay, I will. I will DM them right now, actually.
Please have a good night. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me, Chad.
All right, bye.